This is the Inia Glow Red Light Therapy Mask. You can get it for around $100, and it's one of the highest scoring masks I've tested. However, I can't recommend it. I simply can't use it. More on that later. I'm affiliated with some of the companies mentioned in this video, and I will earn a commission if you buy through my links or discount codes. Products were provided to me free of charge, and all opinions are my own. This is not medical advice. After reviewing 30 masks this year, I was sent the Inia mask, and when I got told it was about $130, I thought, it's going to be rubbish, right? Because every other low-priced mask around that $100 or sub $100 mark has been terrible. Surprisingly, this isn't terrible, at least in terms of features. Now let me explain. You see, this mask has all the right wavelengths, it's easy to use, nice form factor, great price, good power, but I had a big problem wearing it. You see, in my reviews, I start off by looking at how well it fits and how easy it is to operate. Now, being a soft shell mask, it does fit pretty good. The strap on the back, I feel like it's a little bit too low, and you have to put it on quite tight to get a good fit. Otherwise, if it's too loose, it seems to sort of slip down and you feel it falling down on your face. Unfortunately though, when you put it on tight, you get a lot of pressure on the nose. Now, before I talk about that, you can easily talk with this mask on, as I'm doing here. No issues with breathing, no nose restriction. You can even see through it. I could type away, no problems. For a soft shell mask, there's pretty good skin contact, and I didn't get a buildup of sweat or anything like that when using it. Now, when it comes to operation, you simply take the little controller you have here. There's one button on the top, that's it, with a battery sensor. It connects on magnetically like so, and then you just scroll through what mode you want. Pretty simple, right? Now, you can obviously run it without blue light, and you can also run it without near-infrared light. But to do this, you have to refer to the manual because there's a color code thing on there. To be honest, it was a little bit confusing. Most people won't need to worry about this. The other issue is both the red light and the amber light. It's very hard to tell because the amber light in this is so close to red. It's not true amber light. So I'd say a lot of people may end up using amber instead of red. It would be good if there was a mode that included both amber, red, and near-infrared, but unfortunately there's not. So control-wise, it's actually pretty good. It's cordless, there's two of these little remotes, it's USB-C charging, and it's rather simple to use. So I'm actually going to give it a score of 9 out of 10 for operation, but when it comes to fit, I'm giving it a score of 11.5 out of 15. Now these are still pretty good scores. And again, this is where there's a big flaw in my scoring system, because you see, the problem with this mask, when I first put it on, I got a headache very quickly. Now, this mask had a very bad chemical VOC off-gassing smell. It was the worst I've experienced with any mask I've tested. So much so, I don't think it's come up in any of my other reviews. But this mask was bad. So I had this headache after my first session, and I thought, okay, it's just those smells. Within a few sessions, that off-gassing will occur, and I shouldn't have an issue. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the case, and I'm getting these headaches that come on pretty quickly now and last for 20-30 minutes, even after I've used this mask. And I think I know what it is, and I think it's something to do with the fit. So for now, I'm going to leave the score as 11.5 out of 15 for fit. But yeah, don't rush out and buy this until you've watched the whole review and see my feedback about this potential issue. I just need to test it a little bit more, so bear with me. Okay, now I look at therapeutic power and wavelengths. So I tested this mask using my spectrometer, and there's 4 wavelengths in here. As you can see, in the first mode, there is a 630 red and an 850 near infrared. These are both really good wavelengths. I mean, it's kind of your gold standard when it comes to anti-aging. So this would be your default red and near infrared mode. The next mode is the acne mode with blue 557 or 560 and your 850 near infrared. Then we go to this, what Inia are calling their amber light. It's coming up as 607, so 610, and then it's also got some near infrared in there. 607 or 610 is, I don't know, it's kind of this like no man's land. It's not really amber light, which is around your 590, and then the benefits of a shorter wavelength red typically come in around 630. So this is in the middle, and as you can see, it's not a true amber orange color. It is more of a reddish. There's not a lot of research on the 607. Still though, I'll give it half a mark for the amber points here. So the mask will score 7.5 out of 10. It's good that there is that acne mode, and yeah, having the 630 and 850 are two good wavelength. So it's going to do what it needs to do. Now, when I tested for power, I test a bunch of areas and take a reading. I always test right over the LEDs. Now, this is obviously a big potential downside with a mask that doesn't have many LEDs, because you get these big spaces in between the LEDs. For instance, we have an LED here and here, but you've got all this dead space. So I was getting a reading of 30 milliwatts over centimeter squared right above it. But when you came out here, the reading was about 0.8. It was minuscule. Still, this is how I do my testing, and that's why I reward masks that have more LEDs. More on this soon. Actually, before I continue with this, next year, 2026, I'm going to overhaul this scoring system because I realize it needs to be improved. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be sending out an email to everyone that wants an update. I'll put a link to that down below. Anyway, because this mask runs for 10 minutes with a power reading of 30 milliwatts over centimeter squared, we got a joules figure of 18 joules over centimeter squared. As you can see on screen, this is slightly higher for what we think is the optimal anti-aging dose. It's going to work, but you don't really need to use it for 10 minutes. I'd shorten it down to maybe 6 minutes or so, and you'll get a really good therapeutic dose. So I'm giving it a score of 9 out of 15 for power and dose, meaning it gets a combined round score of 16.5 out of 25. Hey, now I know there's a lot of things to factor in when it comes to buying a red light therapy mask. I've looked at 30 of them now. We've looked at a lot of the products, but a lot of the signs as well. And I've actually put together a really good buyer's guide. It just cuts straight to the chase. You can print it out, refer to it when you're shopping, and cross-check it with the masks that you're looking at. Does it have this? Does it do this? Watch out for this type thing. I'll put a link to that down below. Not only will you get that cheat sheet of sorts, you'll also get access to my shopping tool. And here I've fed in data from all of the masks I've reviewed. You can go through and do some really cool comparisons, sort, filter, search. I'm updating it all the time. Not only can you see all this data, you can click on each mask. You can see my review summaries, pros, cons, overviews, all those good things. And you can get the best deal possible. You see, because of you lovely folk who all follow this channel, thank you. Some of these companies have given me exclusive deals to share with you guys, and these are accessible in this shopping tool. So again, check out that mask buyer's guide. There's a link down below. Enter your email. I'll send you the cheat sheet guide and give you access to the shopping tool. All right, so now we look at the LED count. Now, there's 68 quad chip LEDs in here. These are the big LEDs you can see around here. Now, each LED has 4 chips in it, meaning there are 272 LED chips. And that's okay, it's on the slightly lower side, but it's still a decent number. So I'm giving it a score of 6 out of 10 for LED count. Now, what about zone coverage? Here's where we do things a little bit different. Okay, so what we do here is I measure 10 areas around the face, forehead, temples, eyes, and I see where you're getting good light coverage. And as you can imagine, a mask that has more LEDs is going to typically perform better. So this mask actually does all right. Good coverage up around the forehead here. There is also good coverage around the temples. The nose bridge, a couple LEDs in there, which is good. Around the eyes is okay. 1 or 2 LEDs here. Under eyes is surprisingly good. I mean, it could be better having more LEDs in there, but it does sit quite high up on the under eye, which I like. I mean, that's where I want to treat, right? Under the eyes and around the eyes. Nose, it could be better. I mean, you've got 4 LEDs on the top, which is better than some masks that only have 1 or 2, but there's nothing on the side. So you're getting no coverage on the side, which again, I want to treat those areas. And cheeks are great. When it comes to the lips though, this has got a very wide opening. That's why most of this review, I've been wearing the mask. Some masks, it's just too hard to talk. So that's great if you want to be on a call or drink your smoothie with this mask. But for lip coverage, I mean, a lot of the females that are watching these videos say, hey, I want something with lip coverage. Let me know if that's something that bothers you or not. But yeah, there's nothing going on in here. I'm going to turn this off so you can actually see a little bit better now. As you can see, big opening around the lips here, and same with the nose. Now, the other disappointment is around the chin. There's a couple of LEDs right under the lip here, but there's a good centimeter or 2 where there's absolutely no coverage. Same with the jaw, nothing around here. So I'm scoring it 9.5 out of 15 with a total round score of 15.5 out of 25. Okay, finally, let's look at price and peace of mind. Now, remember, I'm still going to talk to you about this comfort issue as well. Stay tuned. So price-wise, this mask is retailing for $140 US. I mean, that's that's cheap, right? That's crazy low price. I mean, sure, we had the Amazon and the Temu masks, which were well below that, but check out those reviews because they're junk and I wouldn't recommend them at all. This mask is doing the right thing. It's got the right wavelengths. It's nice to use, all that good stuff. What's even better is I've been given an exclusive discount code with you guys. I'll leave it down below, and that will save you $25 off. I think typically they're only doing $15 or $20, so hey, take advantage of that extra $5, meaning you can get this mask for $115. So I'm scoring it 18 out of 20 for the price round. Now, when it comes to peace of mind, you get a 1-year warranty. However, on their website, they claim it's 2. And I realized to get the extra year, you have to register with them. So, I mean, you can get a 2-year warranty, but you do have to register. It's not out of the box, so to speak. And it's okay. I'll mark them down ever so slightly. I won't give them full points for a 2-year warranty because of this. They do have a good 90-day returns period, which is amazing. But this company is new. They've only been in operation for about a year now, so they miss out on some points there. I mean, hey, I wouldn't go and spend $1,000 on a company that's only a year old, but since you're only spending $100, I guess you can take that risk, right? A score of 3.5 out of 5 for peace of mind, meaning a final round score of 21.5 out of 25. That means the overall score, the total score is 74 out of 100. Now, this is a really good score. I think there's only 4 or 5 masks that have scored higher than this. It puts this mask in my silver range, but it's the top scoring mask in the silver range. A big part of it is the price point. Sure, it's got a lot of points for that, but it was scoring pretty well even before that. Okay, so it's got a good score. It's got some good features, but why don't I want to use it? And why am I hesitant to recommend it? Well, I don't know if you can see. There's a bit of redness here. That's why. That's why I'm getting this headache. I don't know whether it's my nose shape or how it's been designed. I get a lot of pressure right here when I use this mask. I tried to loosen off the straps, but when you loosen off the straps, just because of where they fit, it kind of feels like it falls down. So you've got to wear it reasonably tight, and that's what's giving me the headaches. It's not the off-gassing smell, which fades within 1 or 2 sessions. It's the pressure. It's intense enough that I don't like it. I mean, within a couple of minutes, I'm like, oh gosh, I feel that pressure. And it lingers for afterwards. I mean, right now, I've got a dull sort of headache. If it wasn't for this, I'd be thinking, do I need to take some Panadol? What's going on? Now, there's a few things to mention here. Firstly, I got a big nose, right? I'm also a guy. I know a lot of people using these masks are not going to have my features and my face build. So I got my wife to test it, and she noticed something similar. She noticed, yeah, pressure around the nose bridge, a little bit of discomfort. I also found when I put this on, because of the nose cutout, it rides quite high. You can see, like, just by default, it just slides up, right under the eyes, which is okay. You get good treatments under there, but I think I haven't really noticed this with other masks. I think what's going on is just the way these nose cuts have been made. It's just not, it just could be better. And that's causing this issue. It could be good. It could be really good. And it still is good for the price range. If this was a $300 mask, I'd just be saying, look, there's better ones out there. But if you're on a super tight budget, you may just put up with this. I mean, you could just lie down and have it really loose and not worry about it falling, right? I don't know. And you may not have this issue at all. Maybe you've got a different shaped nose and it's not a problem. If you have one of these, I'd love to know. But let me just run through a few things. Is this mask going to work? Well, from an anti-aging point of view, you've got the right wavelengths and the right power output and pretty decent coverage. So yeah, it'll work. It's going to help. From an acne point of view, you've got the blue light in there, but in near infrared, it's going to be good there as well. Is it worth the price? Well, the price is really, really good. I mean, it's hard to beat, isn't it? So you can't expect perfection and flawless design from such a low-priced mask. So yeah, I think it is worth the money despite the flaws. And if you are really price conscious, there's 2 other masks I'd recommend looking at. One is the Nanoleaf mask. This is going to come in around $200 odd. So yeah, like double the price of this Inia mask. But it was one of the top scoring masks. Good wavelengths, good fit, reasonably good fit, good power, good operation. But if you have to cap your budget to say $150, then you need to look at the Huga mask because you can pick this up for $150. This also scored really, really good in the gold tier. I didn't have any pressure or pain buildup with this. It doesn't have as many LEDs, but from a bare bones essential mask, it actually does pretty good. So I don't know, would I buy this to save the $30 odd over the Hygge? No. Would I buy this to save $100 over the Nanoleaf? I'd still prefer the Nanoleaf. If I was super tight on money and this is all I could afford and couldn't stretch that extra $30, $40, $50, hey, I'd settle with this and just know I need to wear it in a particular way so I don't get pain. But again, maybe it won't be an issue for you.